Hey guys, welcome back to Frack Daddy Barbecue. I'm Jared Rose, your host. So today on the video, we're going to be cooking a chuck roast, aka a poor man's brisket. I've been in the mood for a brisket, but funds have been a little tight. I've seen a lot of people doing these, so we're going to do this today and we're going to see what it's all about. And we're going to be cooking it on my Weber kettle using harder charcoal with some B&B lump charcoal, and we cannot forget Uncle Steve's thick meat. First time we're going to be using this, so let's see what it's all about. Alright, so here we have our chuck roast that we picked up at Central Market, HEB, here in San Antonio, off of Broadway. So let's open this up and see what we got inside. It is approximately 2.785 pounds. So, pretty good little chuck roast for Melissa and I. Hopefully it's going to make some really great poor man's brisket. So, wow. Actually looks better than what it did in the case at HEB. So, here we have the beautiful chuck roast. Some good marbling, pretty good fat in there. So there's maybe a little bit of hard fat that matter of fact, I'm probably not going to trim anything at all. So let me take one of my gloves off so we can try Uncle Steve's thick meat. As you can see, it still has the label still on there. So, ooh. Pepper in there. So it's what it reminds me of is it's like his original but real heavy black pepper, which I love a lot of black pepper. So let's give some to the camera girl for her opinion.
Hello.
She loves her seasonings.
Yes.
There you go. All right, keeping it keto. What do you think?
Love it. It's actually really good.
It really is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Nothing against Uncle Steve's black pepper, but I like a real coarse black pepper.
Which, let me see if I can show y'all. Look at all that black pepper though.
Oh yeah.
It is really good, honestly.
What it reminds me of is gunpowder. Uncle Steve should name this Uncle Steve's gunpowder shake, because that's what it reminds me of. So I'm gonna just get some good old W sauce, we call it Worcestershire sauce, to add a little bit of wetness to this so the rub will stick. Not too much, just enough for it to stick. Make sure you get all sides. Now, I've never had a smoked chuck roast. I don't think Melissa's had a smoked chuck roast.
No, never.
So, when I think of a chuck roast, what comes to my mind, like Melissa said, over at your grandparents' house, and Granny's cooking Sunday dinner, got a beautiful roast in the crock pot, mashed potatoes, gravy, rolls, some veggies.
Some really good comfort food.
Like Melissa said, this honestly screams comfort food 101. Oops, sorry y'all.
Knocking stuff down.
That's right. So now we're going to come back with our heavier black pepper. This is normally what I use on my briskets because I just love the coarseness of this black pepper. But like I said, Uncle Steve's shake, his thick meat, it's got some really good black pepper. Now the only thing that I would honestly say I would change about Uncle Steve's shake, and it's nothing bad, I just would like maybe a little bit thicker or coarser of a black pepper, because I like black pepper. And like they say, most Texans love black pepper. Anyways, I think we're good with that. So now let's come back with the thick meat. We're gonna go a little heavy on this. Well, like Melissa said, she likes it. I really like it. So don't be afraid to add a lot of it, because, like it says on the rub, it's a thick piece of meat. Frack Daddy tip right here. Get your cutting board cleaned up. Take this outside to the Weber grill. Once it comes up the temp, we'll put it on there, and I have no earthly idea how long it's gonna take to cook, because I've never done one, but what the hell. You guys are here for the journey with Frack Daddy Barbecue. So, we'll see you outside. Alright, y'all. So, here I have my Weber kettle up to temp. At least I think I do, because there's no thermometer on here. So we're just taking a guess. But let's get this beautiful chuck roast on the grill. Let's get her smoking. Okie dokie. Ooh, look at that beautiful smoke coming out of the cooker. So I'm gonna set this down right quick. I don't really think there's no right way or wrong way of putting this on here. I'm just gonna kind of get it bunched up so the way that you put it on is the way it's gonna cook. So, there we go. I got a water pan in there, add a little bit of moisture. We got my harder charcoal and 4-minute slowness here set up with B&B post oak chunks. I just love post oak when it comes to beef. So, let's get the lid on and let's get to cooking. Alright guys, so it's been 3 hours. Let's take a look at our poor man's brisket and see how it's looking. Oh man, that is looking pretty good.
Looks like a miniature brisket.
It really does. Now, like I said, it's been about right at 3 hours. So, let me put this down. We're gonna get my easy thermometer to use. Like I said, we're gonna use my trusty Thermodot again. This thing never lets me down. So we're gonna set the temp to right at 203, because that's the magic number, y'all. So as you can see, we are right at 140 degrees. So we still got a little bit of ways to go. So let's put our lid back on and keep it cooking. Alright, y'all. So it's been on the cooker for about 4.5, 5 hours now, Melissa?
Right at 4 hours.
Right at 4 hours. So, as a poor man's brisket, it's not going to take as much smoke as a full-size brisket. So, I got my handy-dandy butcher paper, which you guys know I love using my butcher paper for my briskets.
You
or
look
beef.
like the Wolverine.
Badger claws.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So, anyways, let's get this beautiful chuck roast on the butcher paper, and Melissa's gonna come in and get a close-up of this.
It's not the best lighting. It looks darker in the camera than it actually is.
Yes.
It looks like a burnt piece of coal, but in real life,
it's got a beautiful,
it's a beautiful
mahogany color.
I hate that it's like this.
And it's all because of Uncle Steve's thick meat. I tell you what, it is smelling so good. So let's spritz it up, add some moisture into here, which I always like to do before I wrap them back up. Now, this may be a solution to my brisket addiction. I love brisket. Melissa loves brisket. Mm-hmm. Melissa's mom loves brisket. I mean, who doesn't like a brisket?
But they're so expensive.
They are.
Especially the good quality. How much I think I bought this one for like $8.
This one?
Yeah.
We paid $20.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of the one I bought.
The one that you got. But yes. So, I mean, you know, briskets are just the king of all meats to cook when you can afford it. I mean, you can spend upwards of, when I like to do primes because I just think they cook so much better. And when you cook prime briskets, you're spending upwards of $3.68, $3.99 a pound for a brisket, and then you trim all that brisket fat off, you probably lose 3.5, 4 pounds. So let's get this back out on the cooker. We have about 50 more degrees till we're at that temperature we're ready to eat, and then we'll bring you back. Okay guys, so it has officially been over 7 hours that this poor man's brisket has been cooking. I'm starving, Melissa's starving, so you know what? We're gonna let this rest for about 15-20 minutes. Normally I would let it rest longer, but we've got to be up early tomorrow because we're heading to El Campo to go see some family I've never seen before. So let's let this rest. We'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. We'll cut into this and then we'll give it a taste. Okay, so like I said, it's gonna be a quick rest, which I can tell through the packaging, it is already tender. So let's open her up and let's take a look for the very first time together. Ooh, look at all that juice. Definitely rendered out like a brisket, I would say. Oh, wow. I would definitely say it even looks like a brisket. Just, I mean, I would say this is like a little brisket burn in. So, let's take her out. We'll put her on the cutting board. And we will slice her up. So, it's a moment of truth. Here I got my beautiful Wusthof slicing knife. We're going to cut this, and we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to give it a taste test. So, I'm not really sure maybe how I need to cut this, but like I said, this is a learning curve for us all. Holy moly, look at that smoke ring. I'm gonna try this part right here. Look at that. Okay, let's give this chuck roast burnt in a taste test. Man, it's pretty dang tender, I would say. So, if Melissa can take a look at that, look how juicy that is. The juice is just glistening. All right, here we go, guys. Oh my Lord. That is so delicious. Got the texture of a brisket. Not quite the taste like a brisket, but if you were to put this on somebody's plate and you were to ask them what you think this is, I'm pretty sure they would say this is a brisket. So, I want to say thank you for stopping by, and this is your first time watching Frack Daddy Barbecue. I ask you politely, please, like, subscribe, so you know when Frack Daddy Barbecue puts out some more great videos. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Uncle Steve for sending me this thick meat. It is delicious on this poor man's brisket. So, until next time, we will see you later.